We're going viral, people. Woo!
We have one or two whole people. Wow.
Yes, bro. We're gonna cut the whole thing.
What? No, we're
right
not.
there.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Should we?
No.
Sure, right?
No.
Yes? Tell me.
No.
Tell me in the comments. Someone says yes right now, I'll do it. Alright, look forward. Alright, let's have some fun with this afro.
An afro.
We did some highlights on him. These are highlights that I did. This is my son, by the way, my boy. So he wanted some color. We did the color last time, and now we have to eliminate or erase this afro because it looks kind of crazy, and I don't want my son to represent me going around looking like a crazy kid.
I wear a hat.
So he wears a hat, but that's not enough, because if I did highlights and I spend the time and energy in doing that, why would I be okay with a hat? So we start with some point cutting in the back of his head with dry hair, because I can see what's happening visually speaking, and the point cutting is deep. I'm not taking too much from the length. I'm taking a lot more from the volume, because I know he likes his wavy hair that he has. So my point cutting has a little bit of diagonal shape. Not shape, that's the wrong word. It has a diagonal angle. So if you want a very, very soft point cutting, you do more of a vertical angle, more like this. That cuts a lot less. If you want to have a little bit of length taken off and at the same time take volume out, then you go diagonal like that, and then you press it next to your fingers, open and closing. That takes a lot more hair. See that? That's why it's extremely important to know what's your goal, what's the angle that you're going for, because everything that we do, body posture, the angle of the scissors, it all matters. Thank you for the likes, by the way. We have 300 people in the live. That's cool.
Nice already.
So that being said, I don't want to take too much from the length. I do want to take some from the volume. Because I want him to keep some of this that he has going on here. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if you understand. So now that I started here doing point cutting, and I did that whole head forward, started in the back all the way to the front. The front is a little bit longer. As you can see, this is shorter here, longer here, because the curls are more intensified here. Now I'm gonna cross check. Cross check is nothing else that I'm gonna do the same exact process, except that I'm gonna do in the opposite direction or opposite angle. So first it was from back forward. Now I'm going from his left side to his right side. That way I can see better all the details. As you guys can see, there's a few hairs right there that need to be addressed. Same thing in this case. Now for cross-checking, I'm actually doing the point cutting a lot more vertical, because I don't want to take any length from it. So the cross-checking now is just more like shaping or removing. You see some of the hairs right there. It's just a little bit. I'm gonna do it a little bit faster so you guys don't get bored. Go all the way to the front. And we do the same thing on this side. Obviously, I like to use 7.0 scissors. LA join. LA, are you from LA or not? Because I do hair in Los Angeles too, so just in case. And I'll be there. We will be there. He's gonna be with me too, because he's gonna be my content creation guy in LA. Marina Del Rey, by the way, if you do go to LA, if you are from LA or you live in LA. So I'll be there November 7th to the 8th, working potentially the 9th, but I'm trying to skip the 9th. If I do just one person in the morning or something like that, because I want to take that day to have fun, go to different places, and enjoy my time there. But let me know. Watching from Orlando, Florida. Heck yeah. Ooh. Don't break my stuff, bro.
Seriously?
Don't break my stuff. All right, from Orlando. Heck yeah. Welcome, Orlando. I am in Tampa, Florida. Tampa.
Tampa and Los Angeles, Tallow.
Tampa, which by the way, the name of my salon is Tallow. Tallo. TA from Tampa, LO from Los Angeles. Because Los Angeles was the place that inspired me to actually start a salon or open a salon. Otherwise, I would have never done it, even with all the experience. Tell me in the live, where you guys watching from? Tell me where else. Now that we did the top, Tennessee, Fort Lauderdale, right? That's what it means, Fort Lauderdale, yes? Alabama. Heck yeah. Alabama, sweet home Alabama. That's so cool. People from all over the world. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a map of the world. So every live, I'm gonna start like putting people's like, it's seriously like, cause this is super cool. Like when I do lives, I got people from all over the world. So I'm gonna have a map of the world. I'm gonna start pinning people from different like locations for every live that I do. I love this. It's so cool. All right, now.
Wait.
Actually, what?
What if multiple people are from the same place?
Just one pin, it should be enough, bro. All right, no, actually gonna go with this. Because he's my son and I'll do whatever I want with him.
What?
First, I start doing a line of where I want the fade to start from. After I do the line, I start on this side. Actually, should I leave like that? What do you guys think? Just like that, that's it. Yes or no? Come on, let's have some fun. So now I do the same in the opposite side. Actually, I'm gonna have you stand here or be here because, okay. So this side, he already had, starting from here, from his eyebrow, actually not from his eye. So I take that as a reference and I start in the same place and I have an angle kind of following the ear shape. I want it to be a low taper fade. And that's how I usually take references or connection points using facial um, cues like the ears or things like that. So I start, half of the line is on one side, and then I finish and I connect that line to the opposite side as well. Está mirando.
Scroll down.
Scroll down. Why? No one has written anything. No? Oh, I love your work. Thank you so much. No? Someone said no. And I say yes.
I said no to you like leaving my hair like this.
Oh, not leaving your hair? Yeah, why not?
Don't leave my hair like
Why
this.
not? We can leave it like this. All right.
Oh gosh, I can see that.
What?
Because the light stream, I can see it from the mirror.
Oh, you can see it from the mirror?
Yeah, no, just imagine me going to you tomorrow. My hair was just like this.
Yeah, I will never leave him like this. I'm just having fun because I like to scare him a little bit. I will not let my work walk around someone's head just like that. So, now that I've defined the line, shaping how I want it to look, then I flip it like this, and then this is gonna help me cut even shorter to the skin without having to use a blade, which I could use a blade, but I won't, because technically speaking, I shouldn't. Only barbers should be doing that. I'm not a barber. I am a licensed cosmetologist, which is a little bit different than a barber. Although I started cutting hair when I was 16 years old as a barber. And I graduated from barber school as well, as much as I did cosmetology, both. And I was a barber teacher for 3 months at the same school that I graduated from. But I didn't last that long because I love cosmetology. I love doing hair, or both. But with women, I feel like there's a lot more creativity, more room. Although nowadays, that's not true, or completely true. A lot of guys like to do different things, different styles. So, any hairstylists in the live? Quédate mirando. Or you guys are just watching for fun? Let me see if this is... Oh, here we go. Do you know that you have this thing here?
I know.
And it's the same that I have on the side. That's crazy. I never thought about it. But I have it right here.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't like me.
Yeah, I know. You want me to burn it? I have some fire. I can burn it. I have some
I'll leave it
ashes.
as professionals.
Okay. Just, just letting you know what I have. Alright, now we look. Use the mirror. As my friend, mirror always tells you the truth. So I use the mirror and I check to see the sides. And I think the sides look pretty like even. Except this side looks a little bit lower. So I take care of that. Repeat. Repeat. What do you want me to repeat? Can you explain that a little bit more? There we go. Cool. Now, I'm gonna use my cordless and I'm going to number 1 and I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna create another line right on top of that one, maybe like about an inch higher. That helps create structure when you're creating a fade. So let's take this off. Actually, and that of course it depends on what you're looking for. If it is more of a high fade or a fade that is less with less of a shadow, or I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call it, but when you want hairdresser and barbering is mandatory. Hello, I'm completely new to barbering. Could you explain a little bit more about I'm doing hairdressing and where is it mandatory? Where you where is it that you are? Because there's different countries. If you're in a different country, I know that in Europe there's places that you have to do both. But I'm in Florida, and in Florida, or the U.S. In the U.S. you don't have to do both. It's not mandatory. Can you let me know and elaborate a little bit more? Yes. English? You mean England? Está quedando bien. Ho ho ha, thank you. There's in the US there is the barber's license and there is the cosmetology license. Two different things, two different approach. Barber is just directly more towards men. Cosmetology is directly more towards women. So it's a different approach. England, yeah. Hey Roberto, behind us hair. Okay, hey, how are you guys? No, in Florida or the US is different. Nothing is mandatory. Um, you can definitely have a barber's license or you can have a cosmetology license. Benny does hair. Ah, Benny. Hey, Benny. Okay. Here we go. Now that I make another line, I'm gonna go and make a third line. As a barber, I start with a larger guard and work down. Step savers for sure. Very debatable. I do the same. But if you want to create structure, starting from your up from the top, from shoulder down, does not create structure. And people who are starting that, I'm doing this like I'm teaching someone who is like starting from zero. This approach is way better. And I'm telling you, as someone who trains other barbers and hairdressers as well, definitely this is when they start with a, if it is with a fade like this short and you want to fade it evenly, you have to start this way. Otherwise, I know I have my girl, my assistant. She's not my assistant, she's a hairdresser now. But when I've taught her from the top down instead of working from the bottom up, she gets completely lost. Completely lost. Like she's like, I don't know what to do. And the lines aren't even, the fade is uneven. So if you want a really, really good, sharp, clean fade, you have to do it this way if you're starting. I'm not starting, I can do it from the top down and it's gonna be like really good because I already have all the measurements pinned down. So school recommendations, dang girl, I don't have recommendations. I think that the cosmetology school system is broken. It's all about finding a good teacher. That's your best. Go to a school that has good teachers, and that's gonna make a difference. Because I know about a lot of schools that have great names and still are not great. Because if the teachers that are there are not prepared or passionate about what they do, you're not gonna have a good experience. So sorry about that. Wish I could help more. All right, guard number 2. Okay, I'm gonna make another line. Same process.
I got hair in my eye.
You got what?
I got hair in my eye.
You got hair in your eye? Take it out, probably. Okay. See that? See the other line? How it's going? Agreed. Yes. What does it say here? No. Look at my previous comment. Oh, it's about your son's hair. Oh, I don't know. Comments keep going up, so I'm sorry. It's hard for me to follow.
Scroll back up.
No, I don't. I don't have the time. If you can write it again, I'm so sorry about that. If that someone wrote about school recommendations, and I just saw that, and I was just answering that. Agreed. No worries. Okay. Okay. Now that I have these 3 lines, now I'm gonna go and start erasing, blending the lines, okay? So first we start with the bottom one. So I think center part, shoulder length, must cut for its private school recommendations. Very thin center part, shoulder length.
Very thin.
Cut for his private school. Dang, I have no idea what he's saying. So no guard, open, okay, close, open. So it's gonna be open. Let's go. And I'm not gonna touch the line that I made with the guard number 1. I'm just gonna stay below that. So it's like scooping. It's this motion. You do a little bit, you watch it, same here. And try to stay away from touching the line from the number 1 guard. Okay, see that? Start seeing the difference. Here we go, right here. Right here. There we go. As we work our way back, this area usually is skin is harder, hair is thicker, so usually tends to be a little bit more challenging to fade. That's very normal for almost every single human being. Women have hair like this all the time, guys do too, and so there's a reason for that. There is a lot more blood flow happening in the back of your head than it is happening on the top. Usually we tend to have a lot thicker hair in the back than we do on the top. I'm just doing the same motion over and over, trying not to touch the previous line or not to overlap with the previous line. Jenna! Hey, how are you, Jenna? That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's go here. We keep working with the same line over and over, trying to go as fast as I can. so that you guys can see what my next step is. You cut a little bit and then you brush it. And then you brush it. Same process over and over. This is like, I used to do makeup back in the day. It's almost like blending eyeshadow. Kind of similar. That's how I am. I know some of you guys are not going to understand what the heck I'm saying if you've never done makeup, but it makes total sense to me since I was a makeup artist back in the day. Greetings from Caribbean Island. Ooh, that's amazing. Caribbean, I'm from Puerto Rico, so Caribbean. All right, now that I did that, I want you guys to see that I'm going to use the guard. Not the guard. No clipper, half. Not gonna be completely closed. It's gonna be not completely open, right in the middle, right there. Okay. Once I do that, I will go back a little bit lower on that line, and we keep erasing. I'm using it right now, and I feel that it's not cutting anything, so I'm just gonna go a little bit shorter until I feel that it's like cutting hair. There we go. I feel it now, and I see it. It's cutting some. It's erasing the line. And that goes below the first line that I just did. Okay, you see that? No line right there, completely erased. And I move to the opposite side, and we do the same thing. See the line right there with the guard, not completely open, not completely closed, but right in the middle, right there. Okay. See the line being erased very quickly. Simple, and yet not that simple. If you follow these like steps like that, your life is gonna be easier. And again, like someone said earlier today, that she starts from the top, bottom. I can start the same haircut from the top and go all the way, work my way down to the bottom. For those who already have the structure and have the experience, it's very doable. But for those who don't, who are starting and they need the visual structure, this approach is a little bit better. This approach takes a little bit more time, takes a little bit more intentionality, but it's way better when it comes to creating a visual approach or structure to creating a solid, clean fade. All right, I want you guys to see that the back, even though I'm using the same, I haven't changed it, the back is gonna be a little bit more difficult to erase. You see that line right there? It doesn't want to erase yet, and I'm using the same level. The guard or the clippers, no clippers open, close, but it's not erasing the line. Again, like I said, in the back of everybody's hair, there's a little bit more thickness to it, and like I explained, there's a reason for that, because the hair is more abundant, or tends to be more abundant, thicker, the skin is thicker. So now I'm gonna close it completely. Put it down. And I'm gonna address that specific line. And even after me doing that, is not going to erase completely. So this is something that you gotta take into consideration. This is very important knowledge to have, because if you don't understand that, you're still gonna leave a line. So after using the zero or the no guard close, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's still a little bit of that line right there. Do you see it? Do you see the line right there? Now I have to go back to what I originally used, which was my hair clippers, and stretch the skin a little bit. Erase the line. You guys see the difference? The line is better now. Boom. See that? Line is erased. So that's the only challenging part of the back of people's hair. Most people's hair is just like that. The sides, only with what I just first mentioned, it completely erased. But then the back gave me a little bit more trouble. Now I'm gonna use the 1.5 guard. And so since I did a line, this line was made with the number 1, and this line was made with the number 2. So I have 2 lines right here, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I think it's like 1 inch within each other, like that. Then I'm gonna use 1.5. That is not gonna erase this line, but it's gonna help me to get it closer before touching the number 2. So I use it open first, and it's almost doing nothing. So since it's doing nothing, I'm gonna close it. I feel like it's cutting pretty well. I'm not touching or overlapping with the line that I already did for the number 2 that I first previously did. And I do the same process all around. Make sure that's to see. Right here. Here's the line. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the clipper number 1, but then open right here, like that. And I'm gonna go above the number 1 line. This is supposed to help to erase that line, but it's not gonna do it fully. Almost there. Check out. So let's go to the opposite side. Same thing. Now I'm going to close it completely right here. Same way that I started with the second line that I did. And I'm just gonna go above that line. And that's gonna soften that line a lot. But still, there's gonna be a teeny tiny shade. And since I have a little bit of OCD, I want it to be perfect or to look perfect. But it's almost perfect. You see how it's actually looking pretty decent. But there is another guard that I'm gonna use right after this one, which is the guard that actually makes the entire difference. Tampa hairstylist. Mama was Tampa hairstylist. Heck yeah. You know Jenna? Jenna's awesome. Okay. Here's the guard that actually makes a difference in the world that a lot of people don't think about or even understand. 1.5 or half, actually, not 1.5, half. This, look how thin it is. See it right there? Super thin. And you put it, it's almost doing. So this will be equivalent to having a no guard open. But when you put this, you close it, it's the same as having no guard but open. But then I do it open. I go like that, right? Instead of just being here, I go it up. And that's gonna help to erase a lot of the lines that I don't want to see. Here's where the magic happens. Now I close it halfway. Not doing much, so I'm gonna go a little bit shorter. See that? It's looking sharp. See that? Oof, look at that. Yeehaw! Yes. I love what I do. I really do. Again, let's go back. Open to clean some of this. Not much, not doing much. And then I close it. Same process on this side. See, there's a line there. Open first. Go here. And now I close it. See how sharp See how sharp that haircut is looking? What's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? Details. It's all about the details. If you want to know a good haircut from a bad one, is someone that cares about the details. If the person doesn't care about details, not a good haircut. 14 days. Not sure what that means, but not sure what that means. Can you explain your 14 days? Details and experience. It'll grow back. Oh, probably you got a bad haircut. It will grow back. Yes, it will grow back. It always does. Don't worry about it. All right. Now, because he has long hair on the top, I'm gonna use my texturizing scissors, and I'm just gonna remove some of the bulkiness from here first, without using the scissor over comb, the normal scissors, because I just wanna soften those lines first before I go in and cut a lot of that hair off, which I will. I just want to make sure that I do it in a way that is gentle, because I want to preserve a lot of that length that he has. Okay, texturizing scissors are different than thinning scissors. See the teeth? They're different. Okay, so this one takes a lot more. This one is a lot softer. This is just for softening some ends. This is for really creating different angles of long and short. So it removes a lot more hair. All right.
Say that.
What?
How do you sharpen scissors?
Why do you sharpen scissors?
How do you sharpen scissors?
My son is asking, how do you sharpen scissors? There's people who specialize doing that. They have specific tools, but honestly, that is a craft or an art that is very much missing right now nowadays, because it is very, very super detailed, precise kind of approach. And so any little mistake that the person makes, it damages the blade. And so one little mistake, it will make the blade dull in certain areas. And once that happens,
So it'd be better just to buy a new one?
it will. I recommend buying new ones for sure. Which, by the way, my friends chat, these are his scissors, CCH scissors. They're not expensive. You can get them online, cchscissors.com. $350 is one pair, and then we have other ones that are $150 and so forth, so on, because we don't want to make scissors that are too expensive for people. We want them to be accessible, so that when they get dull, you can actually just get new ones. I will much rather get new ones, for sure. One time I let a guy sharpen my scissors, and it was not a good idea. They came out fast, so I had to dispose of them.
How do you throw away scissors? Like, do you just throw it away at the trash? Or?
I haven't thrown it away. I just use it to cut in boxes and stuff like that. I just have it for cutting crap. All right. One last detail that I like to do when it comes to cutting hair, and this is one of those things that is more like a visual approach, is that once I see that the haircut is done, I use the mirror. So let's see. I use the mirror. My mirror is gonna tell me the truth. Stop looking that way. Oh. Mirror is always going to tell you the truth. Oh, let me put it here. Let me see if this is something that... There we go. See? Okay. I want you guys to see what I see. Stop looking. Whenever you see the mirror, you see like any little detail in the mirror will show. So I can see details of things that I want to improve. So I usually turn my clients around and I start cutting some of the hair to erase the lines. I go specifically to the areas that I want to address. This is one way to erase lines. You can use your scissors as well. You go there and just make some specific snips in the areas that you see that it needs to be erased or blended. I like doing this. Or, yeah, I like that looks sharp. Mirror never lies to you. Mirror always tells you the truth. Another way that I do this too is with my clippers. I go here and my comb and I just erase any line or any shade or shadow that I see that does not belong there. That makes sense? Do the same all over. But look at that haircut. Boom. That looks sharp, puppy. See, I see a little bit of a line right here. And I want to take care of that line. There we go. Much better. Okay. Hold on. It's all about the details. Someone asked earlier today, what's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? It's all about the details. I want you to see the details right here. Come on. There we go. Okay. Almost done here. There we go. See? That looks pretty sharp. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving this haircut. So good. So good. Yes. My boy is looking sharp. And he knows it. He knows I have a gift from heaven given to me to make people look good. All right. I just saw something here. I have a tendency to be a little bit of a perfectionist. Thanks, Mom, for ruining my life. Because my mom is very picky about everything, cleaning and doing like everything. And so it ruined me because it scarred me as a kid, but it helped me because now in my skills, obviously, has made me so much better. All right, there you go. Last detail. This is the last detail of the haircut.
But hairstylists don't use the blade.
Guys, don't try this at home, okay? Unless you have been trained to do so. But otherwise, it's dangerous. Hear that sound? That's when you know it's fresh and it's new.
$17 people.
Yep. They put that here. Accommodate where it belongs. And then you tighten it. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And you shave. Same thing on the opposite side. Working with a blade is dangerous. So don't do it if you don't know how to work it out. Awesome. And then of course in his neck, he has this thing right here. I was offering if he wants me to cut it, but he said no. So we'll leave it there for now. And that's it. You wash it, We put some product, and then he's good to go. So thank you to everyone watching. I'll see you in the next live.